Ciao and buongiorno. Welcome to episode 46 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial series. This episode is on metal shields. Before we get into making the metal shields, I just want to mention a few things. First of all, thank you to Chris for linking the very funny video clip in your comment in the last episode, 45. That was most definitely a ray of sunshine from the past. Classic comedy, and it really did make me laugh. Thank you very much for sharing that, Chris. Very nice of you. Also, Mark, you mentioned that you've got two dragons that have spawned on your public server you're playing on. Well, I'm really hoping that either yourself or someone else will be able to make a video to capture that epic fight, because that really would be fantastic for us all to see. A dragon fight is just... I remember when I was on Independence, and a very good friend of ours, Feldray, I mean, such a nice person, very, very good friend. One day she was off going to fight a dragon that had spawned, and she invited along Rainstorm and me, and well, I don't know, I was my usual doing something else at the time, but it was a real opportunity. I wish I hadn't have missed it. So hopefully, Mark, you could perhaps capture this dragon fight or dragons fight for us all. Anyway, so there we are, there's that. And on the wooden shields, I try my best not to jump my notes, but I did jump my notes. So I just want to do a little addendum to the wooden shields before we move into the metal. Basically, I wanted to read the Wurmpedia information on the small wooden shields. I wasn't going to do it for all the shields because the information is relatively the same. But there's some important combat statistics information wise, so I'm going to quickly read that from Wurmpedia to finish off the wooden shields before I progress to the metal. So I'm just going to quickly read now the notes from Wurmpedia with regards to the wooden shields, and this is under the small wooden shield. Shields work as intended only when worn on the left arm. Shields have a percentage chance to block any melee attack based on skill level and class of shield, up to a maximum of 75%. There you go, that is what I really wanted to get across to you. Just finishing off the notes, small shields have the lowest penalty to weapon speed with the lowest base percentage to block. If you fail creating the shield, the nails and the plank are damaged. Neither the quality level of the nails nor the quality level of the plank appears to affect chance of creation. The last plank added to the shield determines the wood type of the finished shield. And lastly, high quality of the additional materials can cause the quality level of the newly created shield to be considered considerably higher than the creator's skill. So there we are. I just wanted to wrap that up for the wooden shields. Now, I do like to, as we go through using all the different skills, I do like to try and tell you what the easiest way of skilling up each particular skill is when I can think of it. Now, for this skill, shield smithing, although it falls under smithing, it's a little strange with the wooden versions, because as you know, yes, you use an iron ribbon to make them, but you know, I've got two trains of thought for training up the shield smithing skill. There's two avenues you can take. Avenue 1, you create 20 small wooden shields and then imp them up. That will get you to 40 or 50 in shield smithing without a doubt. Or Avenue 2 is to make 20 small metal shields, what we're about to make. The reason being is, whilst with the wooden shield you don't have to keep a forge hot while you're imping, while you're improving, because you're not using any metal once it's finished. So you do away with the aggravation of having to keep your forge hot. You are using up more iron, believe it or not, on making the shield, because an iron ribbon is 3 kilograms, whereas a small metal shield you're going to see now is only 1.50 kilograms, so half the iron. But of course you will then be using iron to improve the small metal shield. So I don't know, it's just totally up to you really which path you take, the small wooden shield or the small metal shield. I'll let you decide for that. Either way, your skill's going to go up fast. So right, let's start then by making a small metal shield. So we'll bring up the recipe window and bring it there. Okay, so here we are, small metal iron shield. We need a large anvil and an iron lump. So we'll grab the iron lump that I've been heating up and we will add the large forge, the large anvil to the crafting window. Oops, well first of all let's add the small metal shield. Okay, and then add the large anvil. And now let's find the shields. There they are, small metal shield. And let's create. Okay, there's our small metal shield. Now for the small metal shield, the description is a small metal shield with a leather strap. And this is information I've got from Wurmpedia. It also says a small metal shield is the smallest shield made of metal. They can be made of iron, steel, adamantine or glimmer steel. The current model uses the same look for the iron and steel shields, but the adamantine has a bluish and the glimmer steel a golden colour. So they'll be very nice to see and use. Okay, next let's make a medium metal shield. So let's bring up the recipe window. See if I can manage to actually find it. Oh, that must be it there. Right, okay. Notice the graphic changes now to a bigger shield. Anyway, right, so we need an iron lump and a large anvil. With the small wooden shields, remember, they needed plank, nail and an iron ribbon. For the metal shields, they are much simpler because they just simply use iron. So if you have tons of iron, then definitely the small metal shield's the way to go for imping. Right, let's add this shield. Let's add the anvil. And let's add the shield. Oh, okay, it's already added it for me. Right, okay, let's create. We're on 42% chance. And there we go. There is... Now that's my favourite shield to use. It's just my personal preference. It's 1.5 kilograms lighter than the large shield, as we're going to see. It's a mid-range, and being metal, it is improved over the wooden versions. So I like that. That's my favourite shield, which you'll see me equip in a minute once I've got the last shield made. Okay, the description for the medium metal shield is a round shield made from hammered metal sheet. In comparison to the large and small versions, the medium shield has a balance between speed and block percentage. So there we are. That's also one of the reasons I like that. That's my shield of choice. Okay, let's now make the last shield, a large heavy shield. So let's find the large heavy shield. There it is, large shield. We need iron lump and the large anvil. So let's add the large shield. Let's add the anvil. And there we are. No, that's not the right shield, I'm sure. So I need to actually select it. There we go. You see it looks more square. That's why it's better for deflecting them arrows. Right, okay, we're down to 28%, so you can see it took a massive hit here in difficulty. Let's try and create it. Oh, well, that was painless, and there we are. So you see now the weights. If we have a quick look, you start with 1.50 kilograms for the small, then it doubles to 3 kilograms for the medium, and then of course it adds another 1.5 to make the large. So again, that's another reason why I go for the medium, because it's slightly less weight. It all starts to add up. Right, I'm going to now read the Wurmpedia notes on the large metal shield. So let's switch to the large metal shield. Okay, first of all, the description. A large heavy shield hammered from a metal sheet. Excuse me. Sorry. A large metal shield is the largest shield made of metal. They can be made of... Oh, right, okay, we've already been through the different types. Under notes, large shields have the greatest base percentage to block with the highest penalty against weapon accuracy. They are, however, considered the ideal choice for shield users, as the massive parry chance increase far outweighs the attack accuracy deficit. Next, large iron shields mitigate 20% more damage than large wooden shields, but damage quicker. So there's a pro and a con of the large metal shield over the large wooden one. And the last thing under notes, you get a fast skill gain if you attack cows with auto fight and just the shield on your left arm. Yeah, well, we are nearly at the combat episode, and I believe the combat episode now, I'll have a think, but I'm sure it should be the next episode, which means I'm going to have to get busy with all sorts of things preparing for it. So there we are. I won't try and make this Metal Shields episode any longer than it needs to be, because that's not what I'm here for. I hope you now appreciate all the different shield types. Of course, it will be better when we can actually equip them all. Oh, talking of that, let's equip my shield. So, let's get rid of this newbie starter shield, which is really just going to be relegated to my trash heap. There we go, and now let's put on the new improved shield. And yeah, I've got to imp it. Okay, so here's your latest challenge then. Get your shield to at least 40 quality level to match your armour and weapons. And I know that most of you wouldn't have done that yet. That's fine, there's no rush. I'm just giving you targets to get to. Because you'll notice when I'm fighting, this is the quality I'm going to use. So the results in the fighting will be from 40 quality level. So there we are. If we have a look, you can see there is our lovely medium metal shield. Okay, wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe, and have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me in the Metal Shields episode. Goodbye.